this is a 6.5 square basically, with like a tab on the end. I'm going to call it tab, for opening a meter utility cupboard. That's what I'm going to be using it for. So it starts off a bit like a 10mm cube in a way, I suppose. Just doing a square here. Yes, I do have skirts on, but I don't have any rim or supports or anything on this. So this is for utility meter. My electric meter is in a cupboard. I think somebody's fitted their own lock in a way, which has a, well, it's 7mm square hole in the lock. So I'm doing a 6.5mm like shaft thing here to fit in there. I did have the original, well, I think it might have been an original key, but it's gone missing. I don't know where it's sort of vanished, you know how things vanish. Anyway, so I'm printing out this one. This is quite a quick print. It's about, well, a bit under an hour, I think. This is very akin to my triangular, oops, just knocking a light there, triangular key. This isn't the, this was a test piece I did of the triangular key, utility key for getting in a meter cupboard. So this is for my electric meter, which has a different shape, of course. You know what they like, but as I say, this is more of a general purpose cupboard, I think it is really, as somebody's, well, put the electric meter in or what have you. You see it's going quite quick. No sort of raft on this or brim to support it. I am a little bit worried because it is relatively tall to the area on the bed, 6.5 sort of cube area in a way, square area on the print bed there, but it's goes quite tall and it's got like a thing to help you grip and turn it at the top. I can't really show you that. So I'm a bit worried that, you know, it'll maybe get knocked over or something, but we'll have to see. Now this does have a bit of like round on the bottom edge, like a curve, and on the corners, just to make it hopefully fit in the sort of keyhole a bit better. It's almost like a notch in there, and I don't know why. Can you see that on the right hand side there? Don't know what's happened there. I'm going to leave it. You might notice that like almost indent here. And it should be basically like a cube, almost, well, like a column all the way up. It goes about 50mm high, 35mm high, because that's the depth of the like recess hole that the key has to go into, about that, before like the tab on the top that you can grip and turn comes on. I just don't know what's happened there. I don't think the printer's been knocked or anything. Apart from that, it looks not too bad, like a pretty good print. I've got 245 on the nozzle and 65 on the heat bed. I am using this on the heat bed, borosilicate glass there. Elmer's glue stick, very good. It's been very good for me, that Elmer's glue stick. What I found is I can't really leave this on the bed. I can't leave the Elmer's glue stick on the bed for days and days and then go to printer. If I leave it, then I have to put some fresh stuff on. But generally, so long as I keep printing, I can maybe do 2 or 3 prints. I think I haven't done a definitive test on that. 2 or 3 prints before I want to clean it off. Right, so it's getting taller already. Yes, it is just starting to do the hole. You might see a tiny little bit of an indent there. Usually it's okay to do round holes because without supports, because the plastic in the way is gradually moving like at an angle to a certain extent. It's not trying to do a straight bridging line or anything like that. Yep. So I estimate it's got about 20 minutes to go. I'll pause the camera again. There we are, finished. That was 48 minutes on the display there. Yep. So basically it's just like a square at the bottom. Don't know why. Keyhole type thing. Okay, I'm going to actually try this out. Seems a bit like almost roundish on this edge here as well. So this is my electric meter cupboard here, and this is the like locker sort of thing. Now what I've been using actually is a V-Mer, because I did have the proper key. This fits in. Sometimes it jams in because it is like a wedge shape. So let's try this key. Does it even fit? I'm doing this one-handed. Excuse me. Yes, it does fit in there. I can feel it. Now this actually I have to turn it the opposite way to what you might normally turn a key. So like you close the thing that way. In this case it's open. It's going in deeper. So looking at the lock now, I have just put some grease on this, lithium grease. But this is a little bit loose in there. I did make it a little bit loose on purpose. I thought I didn't want it to be too tight, to be honest. But I think it's actually, see there, it can actually click. I don't want to force it that way. Certainly that way. It's actually, the key is turning inside the thing. It's just that little bit maybe too loose. Well, this is the same sort of model, same file. All I've done is actually make the whole thing bigger, and that is basically the whole thing a little bit bigger. That previous one was 6.5 square at the bottom. This is 7.02. I know it's an odd measurement, but I think that will be a good measurement, allowing a little bit of tolerance there, because it is about 7.9 on my square that it has to go into. The previous print I did at 30%, that would explain, you know, to a certain extent why it wasn't so good maybe, but also it was a lot too loose for my liking. So this should be a little bit tighter, hopefully, but basically same file. This is going to take quite a bit longer. This is over an hour. It's going quite quick. Okay, I'll come back in about half an hour or so. We'll see how it's progressing then. I haven't put any new Elmer's glue stick on. I haven't put any new of this on. I'm putting it just straight on again. As I say, generally speaking, I can print 2 or 3, maybe 4 times before I want to replace the Elmer's glue stick. Unless I've left the printer, say, a day or two, then I would want to replace it, because it's after it's been left a day or two that it almost sometimes seems to lose its adhesion qualities. Anyway, it's 13 minutes now. I'm going to pause the video for a bit, quite a bit, half an hour or so, maybe even 3/4. You see the webcam on my carriage here. There's a link to the STL files for that. It connects like to the carriage and links in with the timing belt, so to speak. Looking in the camera, and particularly over my webcam, sometimes, well, the webcam is there's a delay over the signal and it's not the best quality. It does look like it's almost wobbling, this print, but looking at it, actually, I'm actually going to sit down here and watch it a bit. Let's wait until it starts moving like now. And I cannot see it moving, it's not wobbling at all. Oh, it's steady as a rock there. And I've got to say a big thank you to this for making it as steady as a rock. Elmer's glue stick, magic, well, does it say magic? Washable skull glue. Purple disappearing purple. That's what's keeping it on the bed here. It's only since I've started using this purple glue stick that I've had any really good success without any curling on ABS prints, at least. Even on PLA I used to get curling, so that says a lot. So I estimate it's got about another 20 minutes, half an hour to go before it finishes off. Pretty much exactly the same as the previous model I did, only a little bit bigger really, to make this square sort of cube base, like from 6.5 up to 7.02. This is at 80% infill. That's partly why it takes a bit longer, but when I've done infills before, increasing the infill hasn't made a major impact. So don't ask me. Like there, it looks like the model's actually wobbling, but it is not wobbling, it's just the way the bed and the carriage is moving. Okay, I'm going to come back probably when it finishes. There we are, finished, 1 hour 2 minutes. Let's go and try it out. So back at my meter cupboard again. You have to remember to turn this like the opposite way to what you expect. You can hear that click. Door opens. Click, the door closes. Yep. Goes in quite well. You can hear that clicking. That's locked. That's open. Going out of focus there. So there we are. I get a bit of rough edges on the side of this print sometimes. That one's probably falling down a little bit, but apart from that, okay. Maybe the whole one's tidying up a bit with a file. So that's 702. It's 7.9 for this square here, inside there. I suppose that's classed as being 8mm. Yep, good print. So that replaces my Vima. I don't like using a Vima. Not really ideal. Sometimes the Vima gets stuck in there. That goes in nearly all the way, by the way. Let's have a look at the the other side of it. So we can see there. I did pour a bit of lithium grease on this, and that has helped, I think. Right, I've tried to actually put it almost right on the edge of this sort of square hole. There's a little bit of tolerance play there, but that's got a good fit, well in my case. So it's anti-clockwise to lock it, clockwise to unlock it. So that's unlocked and that's locked. Let's try it in one of the other angles in a way. Yep, going in, and as I say, it goes in right up, near enough up to the shoulder in my case. Yep, good print, well it does the job.